Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visite suprememastertv.com/schedule.
برنامه‌های ما شامل زبان‌های بسیاری است. از این وبسایت دیدن فرمایید suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The guitar, one of the world's most beloved musical instruments. Part 1 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
I saw all the benefits of being vegan, the ethical, the environmental, the social. All these things I could do to help contribute to a better, a bigger cause. I have all the protein I need. Vivian Kong, vegan.
Vibrant viewers, when you visit the scenic Valencian community, an autonomous region of Spain by the Mediterranean coast, you can greet the locals by saying hola or hello. The caring people of the Valencian community love to see your bright smiles that reflect your inner happiness and positivity. May divine grace always be with you. Welcome to our show, The Guitar, one of the world's most beloved musical instruments, part 1 of 2. With a history that goes back hundreds of years, the modern guitar, a 6-stringed fretted musical instrument, is beloved by people of all ages and nationalities. The guitar can be considered a successor to other stringed instruments, such as the lute and vihuela. The lute was popular in Europe in the 16th and 17th centuries, and the vihuela, which is like a lute with a flat back, was widely played by European musicians from the 15th to 16th centuries. Several Renaissance guitar composers, such as Alonso Mudarra of Spain, and French musicians Adrien Leroy and Guillaume de Morlaix, wrote compositions that employed finger-plucking techniques in playing the lute. English lutenist John Dowland was favored by His Majesty King Christian IV of Denmark. Luis de Milan, a vihuela player in the court of His Majesty King John III of Portugal, was a respected lute and vihuela performer. These musicians paved the way for the development of the modern guitar. The Spanish word guitarra is considered to be the root of the word guitar. The guitarra latina is a waist-worn instrument with 4 strings that was played in the 13th to 15th centuries. However, the tar suffix invites us to consider the guitar's relationship to ancient chordophone-like instruments, such as the Chinese sitar, the Indian sitar, and the Persian tar. As the lute and vihuela became less popular during the 17th century, the guitar was increasingly embraced by the public. However, up to the early 19th century, the instrument was still not as prestigious as other influential musical instruments, such as the violin and piano. The progress of the guitar as an instrument is in line with Baroque culture. which is reflected in painting, literature, dance, music, and other art forms. From the 15th to 17th centuries, several well-respected guitar musicians emerged, mainly from Spain and France. Gaspar Sanz is the art name of Francisco Bartolomé Sanz Selma, a Spanish priest, composer, and guitarist, born in 1674. Gaspar Sanz wrote Musical Instruction for the Spanish Guitar, which served as a guidebook for the next generation of classical guitar players. At the age of 25, Robert Debussy had his first performance in front of His Majesty King Louis XIV. In 1709, the French royalty appointed him as royal chamber singer. Mr. Debussy wrote several guitar books and was well known as a great multi-instrumentalist versed in the guitar, lute, theorbo, and viola da gamba. The Romantic period in music, from approximately 1825 to 1910, witnessed a shift in the musical performance model, from small enclosed aristocratic royal palaces to larger open-stage concerts. The transition was facilitated by many influential guitar musicians and composers from Italy, such as Matteo Carcassi, Ferdinando Carulli, Mauro Giuliani, and Luigi Legnani, along with some from Spain, such as Fernando Sor and Dionisio Aguado y Garcia. During this time, many solo and ensemble musical compositions for the guitar were written. Spanish guitar maker Antonio Torres Jurado laid the foundation for the modern style of guitar by creating a larger body and a lighter soundboard to increase the instrument's sound volume. He also perfected the symmetrical design of the bracing struts, stabilized the neck, and extended the fretboard. Some prominent Spanish composers, such as Julián Arcas and Francisco Tárrega, put Antonio Torres's creations on the big stage. The Torres guitar design became a standard that has remained largely unaltered up to the present time. The rise of radio, gramophone, and television in the 20th century brought about rapid changes in the development of guitar manufacturing. The recording business is making the world of music even more vibrant. Stage performances have become a means of promotion for recorded products. Guitar craftsmen have had to think hard to adapt to technologies that continue to advance rapidly. The first classical guitarist to take advantage of these new technologies and to satisfy the demands of modern audiences was the Spaniard Andrés Segovia. As a Spanish master of classical guitar, he promoted the modern romantic repertoire through his expressive performances, wide tone palette, and distinctive musical personality, phrasing, and style. Andrés Segovia's unique approach to playing the guitar through a combination of plucking with both the fingernails and fingertips allows the guitar to have a wider range of tones. He also introduced the use of nylon strings.
The animal people are good for humans. Be vegan.
Treasured viewers, let's now pause for a moment to hear a brief message. We will return shortly. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back to our show on one of the world's most popular musical instruments, the guitar. The change to performing on a larger stage also led to the need for a guitar with a richer sound. Thus, the idea of making electric guitars was born. The first electrified guitar was created and patented by U.S. Navy officer George Breed in 1890. However, his version was so heavy and produced such an unusual sound that musicians were reluctant to use the instrument. The first commercial electrically amplified lap steel guitar was called the Frying Pan, made in 1931 by George Beauchamp, Paul Barth, and Adolf Rickenbacker of the National Guitar Corporation, USA. The type of sound that this guitar produced created a dramatic change on the entertainment stage. The electric guitar remains an important part of performing bands. Generally speaking, two types of guitars are commonly used: acoustic and electric. Acoustic guitars have hollow bodies that amplify the sound of the strings acoustically. They are usually made of wood and have 6 strings. Let us now examine more types of guitars. The classical guitar uses nylon strings. That is why this type of guitar also has the name nylon string acoustic guitar and is characterized by its mellow tone. Outside of classical music, classical guitars are used in a range of styles, including folk, flamenco, pop, and jazz. The strings of a steel string guitar can be made of plain steel, bronze, phosphor bronze, aluminum bronze, brass, or polymer-coated steel. There are various body types for steel string acoustic guitars, with 4 common types known as grand concert or parlor guitars, grand auditorium guitars, dreadnought guitars, and jumbo guitars. Steel string acoustic guitars have a brighter tone when compared to its classical counterpart. This brighter tone makes them a popular choice for folk, country, blues, pop, rock, and bluegrass music. Electroacoustic guitars are acoustic guitars with a built-in microphone that can be plugged into an amplifier to create a louder sound. Semi-acoustic guitars, sometimes called hollow-bodied electric guitars, are thin and compact like electric guitars, but have hollow bodies similar to the acoustic version. Hollow bodies are perfect for pure, rich performances in smaller, more intimate settings. The semi-hollow guitar is also known as the semi-acoustic guitar. This kind of instrument has a solid center block running down the length of the body, while the full hollow version does not. Semi-hollows are known for producing a sweet, clear tone. They reduce feedback issues while maintaining the unique tone of a hollow body. The sound is between a regular electric guitar and an acoustic guitar, with a mellow and unique resonance. Players of old blues, jazz, early rock and roll, rockabilly, and similar styles all commonly use semi-hollow guitars. Electric guitars have different types of sound and tone depending on their size, shape, design, and the hardware used. This means every electric guitar feels different to play and can be used for different effects. Electric guitars are perfect for musicians who want to produce a strong type of sound with more pitch variation in styles, such as rock, metal, blues, and punk. Compared to the acoustic, the resonator guitar is designed to produce a louder sound by means of string vibrations through the bridge to one or more spun metal cones or resonators. Despite the convenience of being able to plug in and play live, many resonator players prefer all acoustic instruments with onboard electronics to complement the metallic resonance of the cone. The resonator guitar allows for brighter notes to emerge with fast strokes and can sometimes feature piercing notes like those of a banjo. Resonators are typically used in bluegrass, country, Hawaiian music, blues, and jazz music. Twelve-string guitars were extremely popular in the 1960s and 70s. The 12-string guitar offers a fuller sound with the lower four strings tuned an octave higher than the strings of a 6-string guitar. Famous songs played on 12-string guitars include The Beatles' A Hard Day's Night, David Bowie's Space Oddity, and some blues folk songs by Lead Belly.
Vegan. To save our world before it's too late.
Lively viewers, thank you for your company today during our show. The guitar, one of the world's most beloved musical instruments, part 1 of 2. Please join us again next Wednesday, September 28 for part 2. In celestial light, may you be blessed with a fulfilling and joyful life.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AJAR.